Rocks and Wind, number 60 from 99's draft. The stone stood in the middle of the rocks, a monolith to redirect the wind, impervious to 1,000 heartless shocks, the pilloried wilts, lifeless in the stalks, with nothing to rescind, only the simple truth of the derision, fallen like the chin upon the chest, the vacant eyes that belie a vision that lost its sight, like patriarchal Milton, the sunken earth which the stone depressed, the rocks the plinth, the winds that never rest. They swirled across a dust stream made by atoms, or is it that it grew from parallels? A single sound wave moved the wind to rhythm, a chaos that was ordered in a system of density and light and decibels. If there is expansion, there is contraction. Anarchy is shackled, then set free. A cyclical event will cause reaction. Indolence excite a further action. A mass will dissipate in energy, and dissonance will find a melody. The rocks will carry wind in other spaces, as gravity will pull a maelstrom's tail, which will trail the eye from which it reaches. All things culminate inside the senses, and rocks and winds will come to you as hail that melt as tears and liquefy in atmosphere beneath the chandelier of stars that, in your own as in another's eye, will lift the earth suspended in the sky, where light dissolves upon an ectosphere and moves as magic breathing in the ear. Now the small rocks blow across sands and sparkle polished, picked from the ground. The dust will be left on your tethered hands, so fly on the feathers of clouds beyond the short reach of this world. Your hands cannot finger perfection, nor circle the rings of the moon, nor touch the sound of sensation. If you are nothing to none, the vows you incant, read from the rune, will be buried down deep in a diamonded doom. Where comes the wind, the gases and dust? Why does the pressure release in its heat? Why does the core simmer the crust? The touch take the hand it vaguely trusts, then do so again, then repeat. The rocks and winds are bound to attraction, the pull of the fabric, the urge to continue, the life that is left to be given to children without any focus, void of intention, the self to the wind, the selfless to you, the urge to create, to make, or to do. Who rides the wind with the weight of rocks, tied to the ankles, Achilles in chains? You give yourself up to the awe and the shock and build it again, a block on a block. Think of what's gone, what's here, what remains, and lift in the carry to shoulder the sky, to rise like the mists from the chill of the sea struck by the sun, at the edge of the eye, a solar ellipses, the reason of why. So you sit, half in shadow, light on the knee, the present content with the mist's mystery. I would not feel it unless on the skin, blown over forests and rustlings of color, then I could see it and know as my own, wake from the monolith, free from the stone, to wander in wonder, gather and ponder, climb the steep face of the rock-strewn mount, to gaze on the verdure, the streams there below, slide down the other side, whistle and shout, not knowing what this knowing's about, but listen and hear the emptiness echo, the clouds race above, casting quick shadows. Where do prayers go if the heart is a pillar carved from the marble's marmorean face? Or are they reborn in a candescent pulsar, waking a dream in the pulse of a star, creating a distance that's seen through space? If I cast the rocks into a headwind, will the shoals of stars knock on my mind? Is it better know nothing, or to depend on a witless world, where pretenders pretend to be the next prophet, the first of their kind, but seek to destroy or erase humankind? The stone is lifting from the plinth on wind, and from new heights the clarity is stunning. The clamor we endure will write its end. Calamity will come to those who listened. Rocks and wind will rain on those who bring the maladies, the curses of these days. Ezekiel's wheel will grind them into chaff. The mobs will hang them for their vile displays. These willful fools, their arrogance betrays the nation. The rocks will smash their laughs, the winds will bring the fury and the wrath.